Armed youth gang violence, ethnic rivalries and racial strife, generational conflict, direct clashes with law enforcement, urban street crime, death. These were subjects that the 1950s press emphasized as they and their late 50s era news reading public followed the events, the increased incidents of gang violence that would eventually lead up to the Forsyth Street Boys Sportsmen Gang War of August 22 and 23 of 1959. These were subjects that 1950s newsreaders associated with the youth gangs of their era. And yet, for many modern day senior citizens who would have grown up as preteens and teenagers at the time that the 1950s press covered the August 1959 gang wars, the subjects of street crime and armed violence are what defines all that is negative about today when compared to the trouble-free youth of the 1950s. It is as if 1950s society saw itself in a way that is completely the polar opposite to the way many, though not all, of today's modern-day senior citizens who grew up during the 50s remember the mood of that decade. Before we explore in detail what exactly occurred on the evenings of August 22 and 23, 1959, which took the lives of 14-year-old Julio Rosario and 15-year-old Teresa G., while severely injuring several other young people, many of whom were innocent bystanders, a brief exploration of mainstream late 1950s American youth culture, which existed at the same time as the youth gang conflicts, would help us to view that gang war within the context of the larger American youth culture. A brief interview with today's senior citizens would also help us to understand what role, if any, that 1950s news stories, particularly stories about people within their own age, had upon them, including real-life late 1950s tragedies, such as the Sportsman Forsyth Street Boys Gang War of 1959.